Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Life with Marianne and Joe and our Christmas 2022 series. And today I'm going to be completing the Peppermint room, and then I'm going to be moving on into the dining room. So in today's episode, we're just going to do the accessories, we'll do the curio cabinet and the stuff that I'm going to put around the room. So hopefully you'll join me. Don't forget, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and let me know what you think. Okay, let's start moving through this room. All right, so I did this off camera. This is Chef Santa right here, and he has the peppermints in his hand as well as other confectionaries. And I think he just looks perfect here because he is red and white with his chef's hat on. And what I did on top of the sconce is I just put a piece of garland here, and I added in two of those teardrop ornaments. Hopefully you saw my tree, the peppermint tree. It coordinates with that, as well as the dripping white beads and these other candy confectionery looking picks and some red balls and some red and white stripe balls. So you can see it coordinates perfectly with the tree. Okay, next what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on this curio cabinet right here and filling it with red and white glass ornaments. I think, let me see, top first. I have to clear that. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put these two candle stick holders up there. And for those of you who know me, you recognize these. And yep, again, I painted them again. Now they're white. All right, so I got those up there. Next. All right, so I had this red container here. It's really pretty. And I added some of these red picks in here. Again, pick up light. Red pine cones with some just silver glitter on the edges and a little bit of white branches and that red thing to give it some height. And then right over here, I put one of these big, beautiful ornaments here. It looks like a big snowy ice ball. And I put it on a little candle holder. And I think that's it for now for the top. I don't want to go overboard because there's so much other stuff going on in here. Now I'm going to work on these shells. All right, so I'm going to use a bunch of glass Santas in here. This is another antique piece. I've seen it online too. I mean, I think it was common back when, and I think somebody actually gave us this. And I think I'm gonna try to use a lot of glass Santas in here. So let me start with him here first. Okay. The next shelf is going to be this one. Look how cute he is. He's a cookie jar. And again, and it says ho, ho, ho on him. And I'm going to put him on the second shelf at an angle, a diagonal angle to the top one, okay? Then down on the bottom, I'm going to put this one even with that top one, again at that diagonal angle. Like this. Can you see that? Like that. Okay, now I have to find some other red and white things. Next in are these antique Santa milk pitchers and mugs. And I had 4 mugs, but there's only 3. I don't know if one broke or what. These are from when I was a kid, so these are really old. So all I did is I put in a pine cone in the back and then this pick here because it's nice and glittery and shiny and a candy cane. And then I'm going to put these on that shelf right there. I don't know if you can see from there. Excuse me, I'm passing by here. So this is what the mugs look like right here. I have 3 of them, and I'm going to put a pine cone, and I'm going to put some stuff up here, and then I'll show you how that looks when that's done. All right, so what I did was I showed you he's elevated, and now I elevated him as well. I used a little glass, red glass to elevate him. And then I have these 2 in the front. Instead of the pine cones, I decided to use three of those stripe balls. And then I added a piece of a pick that looks like pine. And then that red and white with the little fruity candy in there. And then the little pick over here of the holly that's really candied looking with the red berries. And that's the first shelf. I might have to rearrange it a little bit. I had to remove 1 cup That I don't know, it was just bothering me. Because the three, and then that fourth one was just bothering me. So I'll put him somewhere else. Next in is this piece, and this is weird. This is my mother and father's, and I remember exactly where my mother would put it every single year in the living room, and it means a lot to me when I look at it. And it's weird because I was a weird kid because I used to look at this and dream that one day I might have a fireplace that I would be able to decorate, and that Santa would be able to come down the fireplace and. When I look at it, it brings me way back. This is really, really old. I don't even know how long my parents had it before I was even born. So, what I did was I just put some of that candy in here to continue with the theme of the peppermint in the room. Next in is this piece. This is, again, this, I remember when my mother got this. This was from Avon. Does Avon still exist? I don't even know. But anyway, it had something sticking out of it. I don't know what it was, but it's so soft that I remember as a kid, I used to like to feel this. I know, I told you, it's crazy, I'm weird. But so again, this is so adorable and brings me back. I'm going to put this on the second shelf as well. So on the second shelf, I have the Santa cookie jar, and then I put some pine back there, a couple of pine cones, that fireplace piece right there, and then the Santa's boot. Put some candy canes in there, a little bit in that corner over there, and another one of those bowls just to carry out that theme. So that's the second shelf, and next up will be the third shelf. Bottom shelf, this goes in first. Look, there's the candy cane right there. I have two of these, and I'm going to try to put that missing one that I took out from the top shelf down here as well. And there is the bottom shelf, and now the curio cabinet is done. And on the little handle to get in, I put these little mints. Tie it all together. I have to figure out how I'm going to hide that because I hate the way that looks. So probably a little tree is going to go there. All right, and I painted this picture a couple of years back, and it went with my decor at that time. I'm going to use this because I like the frame, but I can't use those colors. So I don't want to paint over it. So I'm going to insert this red poster board in there to cover it up. Next, I'm going to use a shopping bag from the Christmas tree shops, and I'm going to cut one side and use this as my picture. And here's the room tour. I hope you enjoy what I did in this room. It took me a long time, but I think it came out pretty good. And on to the dining room tomorrow.